Hello, my name is Kevin, and I'm here with Gazi, who is going to tell us about his experience taking the TOEFL at home. I know a lot of our students are curious about what it's like to take the TOEFL at home, and we've been talking to students to hear about their experience and hopefully to help all of you out there who are thinking about taking the test at home to make sure you feel prepared and ready to do so. So Gazi, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure is mine.
Where are you from?
I'm from Bangladesh.
Excellent. Just some general questions to get started. Why did you decide to take the TOEFL?
First of all, as a prospective student for who is trying to apply to U.S. institutions for graduate study, I think I was left with only two options for English test, TOEFL or IELTS. And for IELTS, one downside is you can't apply to all the universities. Like there are some institutions that don't accept IELTS yet. So it was an automatic choice for me to go for the TOEFL.
Great. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. It gives you more options. And when do you plan to apply?
So I'm planning to apply to graduate programs in the fall of 2021.
Okay.
So I have to apply right now.
Great. So that's why you're taking the test now.
Okay.
Well, how did it feel going into the experience before you actually took the exam?
So I'm a first-time TOEFL test taker. So as a first-time test taker, I didn't really know much about the TOEFL. I know for some people that might be easier who have taken the test before. But I did take the GRE, which is a similar platform because both are designed by ETS. And when because of the TOEFL Home Edition, it was another added variable, which was a new experience for me. But I think if it wasn't for the home test edition, I wouldn't have been able to take the test at all. Because yeah, that's because I am recently a father, and
Congratulations.
thank you so much. And I have this amazing daughter to take care of. And for that reason, I was not really comfortable going to a test center in the middle of a pandemic. I don't know what I would bring, in. So that's one of the reasons I was, determined if I have to take the TOEFL, I have to take the home test. And so the home test, it was, not easier than I expected it to be. And the whole process was really smooth. And I saw some videos that people said, you should have 30 minutes in hand before you go into the test because there are a lot of process. But to me, it was really like 5 to 10 minutes
Oh, great.
for me. Yeah, it was really easy. And the proctor, which is the remote person who is looking at you and giving you instructions. So the proctor, he really helps you to sign in and set the exam area straight and everything. It was very
Oh, that's really great to hear. How did you interact with the proctor? Did they use chat or could you hear their voice or both?
yeah, they use both audio and chat everything. There's this small widget, the chat widget, and you can interact with that and as well as listen to each other's voice. So if you have any queries, I think you can just uh, type or shout at them and they'll just respond.
Great. Did during the security check in the beginning, did they ask you to remove anything?
Yes, because as a first-time test taker, I did not know that, and also a home test, so I did not know what things should be in place. Uh, so I did the test in the same room with the same laptop that I'm, interacting you with, and so I viewed the whole room and test area with the laptop in my hand, and They asked me to remove certain items like the phone and
Mm.
other things that were in the vicinity which shouldn't be here,
Hmm.
and I just removed it like a little far away so that I can't reach it right now, but it's still in the room. So you don't have
Ah,
to like put it out of the room or something. It just should be out of your reach. That's all.
okay, great. That's helpful to know. Um, Great. When I'm curious about when you signed up for the test, was what that process was like, and were you able to get the times and the days that you wanted?
Right. So there was a bit of confusion in that
Mm-hmm.
because you sign into the ETS and then they direct you. They don't give you the dates, so they direct you to the proctor you sign up page. So you have to go there, get the dates. But
Mm-hmm.
it was very easy for me to get the dates because
Mm.
I think I booked only one day before, and I was
Wow.
able to get my and I was able to get my dates and the time that I preferred.
Oh, that's
So
great.
I think very lucky at that. And also I think there are a lot of options available, and I saw somewhere online because you know as a new thing I had to research a lot before going into the test, and
Mm-hmm.
I read somewhere online that even if you don't get the dates, I think the ETS people, I think there are some people who are with the test specialist or something. They if you email them, they will try to get you.
Okay, great, great. Um, for I know, and when you take the normal TOEFL, you get a piece of paper or paper and a pen to use.
Right.
But at home, it's different. What did you end up using?
Yeah, so the ETS website, it says you can use a whiteboard or a transparent sheet, transparent plastic sheet inside. You can put a A4 paper.
Mm-hmm.
But this part of the world, we don't have this kind of transparent sheets. So what I
Oh,
devised, I did, I'm not sure if you're familiar with laminating stuff. I
yeah.
was like
Mm-hmm.
old tech. So
Sure, yeah.
I laminated a piece of A4 paper and use it
Oh,
as my as my whiteboard.
oh, smart. That's great. Yeah, it's funny to think that might be old technology now.
Yeah,
I know my school IDs were laminated.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, great. And how was it using that during the test?
Yeah, it was just as similar as a whiteboard. So
Hmm.
I used to remove the marker
Hmm.
writings. I used a kids kid wipe. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the term.
yeah, like a baby wipe.
Baby wipe. Yeah, yeah, a baby wipe.
Hmm. I have a young daughter as well, which you might hear her running around right now. So we have a lot of baby wipes also.
Yes. So that was close at hand, and I saw that it was easily removing the whiteboard marker. So I just used
Perfect.
that.
Great. Great. Um, and then the actual test. How was the format? Were there any surprises when you were taking the test?
Um, no, the only I
Hmm.
wouldn't say surprise because I did not take the TOEFL before. Is that you can't see anything else on the screen. It's just the
Hmm.
testing. Like it's as if it's you're taking the test at a test center.
Hmm.
So the program takes control of your entire PC, and it just runs the test. So it's really, although I'm sitting inside my home, I feel like I'm just at a test center and doing the test. So it was really nice.
And then I'm sure many students are curious. Since you're in Bangladesh, I know we've talked to students who are in Mexico and America and Europe, but not as many in India or Bangladesh. And curious, was there issues with technology or its streaming? Like, did you run into any technical issues at all?
Yeah. So I already emailed beforehand to ETS and to Proctor U because
Mm.
I had this, premonition 1 or 2 days before the test that there is some technical difficulty and I my test is invalid or something like that. So
Mm,
I
yeah.
emailed them that this part of the world the internet is not so stable as it is in more developed areas.
Hmm.
So in the end, what I ended up was using my mobile because we have a lot of power outages and the broadband is not always giving the best speed. So
Hmm.
that's why I used a mobile device, my Android internet,
Hmm.
so that I don't there's no disconnecting in between. And
Oh,
other
great.
than that, there were no any technical difficulties. Everything really went smooth.
Great. So you used your Android mobile device as like
Yeah, to
I
like
guess a hotspot.
exactly hotspot.
And then you're using the cellular network instead of.
Cellular, yeah, instead of
Okay.
broadband.
Great. Great. And that worked out. It worked really well.
It worked really well because cellular networks don't really fluctuate that much, or power outages don't, affect them. But
Hmm.
if had I been using my Wi-Fi, if there is any power outage, then there's no internet. So, or if there's any problem with the broadband, ISP, the service
Hmm.
provider, and then there's no internet. So that's why
Mm.
I
That's smart. It removes the chance for things to go wrong. But
right
I'd hate to think that you're in the middle of your test and the power goes out though. Like
exactly.
then you don't have light.
Yeah.
um. So how did the test go in the end? How did you do?
Um, I think pretty good. Like
Great.
I had a expectation of 110,
Mm.
and I ended up getting 112.
Wow, that's awesome! Congratulations.
Thank you,
That's
thank you.
great. Is that what you need for your schools that you're applying to?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Because most of the schools they require at least 100, and
Hmm.
I thought I should get at least 8 to 10 above it, so that
Yeah.
I can apply for the programs. And so yeah, I pretty much uh, got what I expected.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really great to hear. What did you do to prepare for the test?
So. Um, First of all, I would like to say that I am an old Magoosher. So
Oh.
as I said, that I took the GRE in 2017.
Hmm.
I used Magoosh then, which really helped me, prepare because that's beside the official test guide. That's the only thing that I used
Mm.
when I prepared for my GRE.
Oh, great.
And so when the time came for me to take the TOEFL like this year, so I thought I should go back to Magoosh.
Well, Gazi, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. I know it's going to be really helpful for our students. Is there anything else that you want to share with students who are getting ready to take the exam at home?
Um, I think the one thing that would have helped me more is if I had like videos available on the internet and on the Magoosh platform that there were people from this part of the world shared their experience. Uh, then it would been helpful to relate because
Hmm.
most of the videos that I saw was from like places which are considered more developed so that was a little I was not convinced totally that I would
Hmm.
be able to take the home test when I
Hmm.
sat down. But now that I have been through the experience, I think that had I learned from someone who is situated similarly in similar location, I would have been at a more advantage and been more uh, courageous or you know to go into this test. So yeah, that's
Hmm.
one thing I think would have been more helpful. And to the students, I would like to say that it's really easy, and through you, I would like to help. Like I would like to say that ETS and Proctor, you have done an amazing job for people like me who can't go to the test center because in the middle of this pandemic. And this option, had this not been an option, I would maybe I wouldn't been able to apply this year. So thanks a lot to them.
Well, that's great. Thank you. And excited to share this with our students. You're going to be one of the first up, and that's going to be able to help students like you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Gazi. Really appreciate it. And for anyone listening who is interested in signing up for Magoosh TOEFL, we have a coupon code that'll give you 20% off if you just enter TOEFL Home 20. And when you're purchasing, you'll get 20% off. All right. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you all again soon.